Hey there, home buyers. I just wanted to take a moment. Your favorite real estate agent, Tara Tidwell, in case you didn't know. And just take a moment to educate you on, first of all, why it's important to choose a great agent. How do you go about picking that agent? What are some of the questions that you can ask? More importantly, what makes me different than every other agent, and why should you use me? The other thing that I wanted to go over with you is some of the things that we cover during a buyer consult. I know that this is kind of a foreign idea. Everybody gets scared about sitting down, scheduling an appointment. It's just a conversation. But the more I get to know about what you want and what your needs are based on your lifestyle, the location that you like, if there's a school district you need to be in, those are things that we can cover during the consult. Not only do I get a great idea of who you are and what you're looking for, but it helps me also prepare a great letter for your potential seller that we're going to pitch with an offer. I love to be able to give them some information about my clients and a little bit of background story. I encourage all of my clients to write a cheese letter as well, because sometimes conveying who you are to a potential, to your seller is important, and it can convey your story and who you are, and sometimes that can make a big difference in the real estate world. But not only that, when we sit down, we do a consult, I get to know your needs, we do a needs analysis, and what you want. There is paperwork that we also go over. And this isn't to scare you, this is just to make you more prepared so you feel educated and empowered, because that is my job, is educating my clients so that they can make the best decision for themselves. So one of the first forms that we're going to go over is called a duties owed. Now, this is a state required disclosure that I do have to give to all of my clients. And what it does is it tells you my duties to you as your agent, that I'm going to be fair, honest, disclose all information regarding the property. Because you are my client, everything you tell me will be kept confidential unless you allow me to use some of that information as leverage in our position later. So that's what the duties owed is. It's simply a one-page form. Again, it states my duties to you as a client, and then also my responsibilities as an agent, right? There's another form called the supplemental duties owed. And what this form does is it basically says that I have agents that I'm working with. They will represent me to the same degree I would represent me. Everything they say and do is still a reflection of me, and we still have to abide by those laws. Same with these agents. They have to abide by the same duties that I do. Okay. Next, we have the buyer brokerage agreement. Now, these are state disclosures. It is not an agreement or any sort of obligation. Just because you sign a duties owed with an agent does not tie you to them or obligate you to them in any way. Simply, they have advised you of their duties, right? The buyer brokerage agreement is an agreement. And let me tell you why I feel like it's important. Would you ever go to your job and work without some sort of contract or guarantee of employment? No, you wouldn't do that, would you? Would you ever allow anybody to represent you without some sort of contract and agreement in place about what the expectations and their duties are to you and to all parties? This is not just a guarantee that I get paid, right? This is a great protection for buyers, and it literally sums up all of our duties as real estate agents, but it does protect the buyer, and it gives you those set expectations, and it tells you how you can hold us accountable and what you can do if you feel like we've misrepresented you or misled you in any way. Now, the one thing that I will say about the buyer brokerage agreement, and the way that I explain this to my clients when we sit down, all this does is it ensures that if I do my job, I find you the home of your dreams, I negotiate on your behalf, I get paid for the work that I've done. Unfortunately, there are too many agents that are too scared to use this because they feel like it will scare away their clients. I know my value, I know what I'm worth, and I know that I'm a great agent. I have no problem asking my clients to sign a contract. And I get it. Signing a contract is exclusive. We're not just like seeing each other, we're like dating, right? There's this prospect of a final engagement, right? I get that. And if my clients were ever uncomfortable, I would allow them to exit this agreement. And I tell them that. If at any point I'm not returning your calls, I am not showing you the homes that you want to see, I would tell you to fire me as your agent. And I would expect you to do that because it means I'm not doing my job and I don't deserve to get paid.